Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today's video focus is going to be on how to achieve this yoke on your blouses, but I'm going to be also sharing with you the armhole presets that are drafted for this blouse. Though I use a newspaper, some of you here have also explained to me that the newspaper is not that obvious. Please bear with me on this video because this is a old video that I edited to share with you an easy method to achieve this sweetheart yoke without worry of sharp edge. If you are yet to subscribe, please do well to like and subscribe. Enjoy. I'll be coming down from my guideline. I'll mark it like this. On this guideline, I'm going to be marking the neck width, and I'll mark the shoulder divided by 2 plus half inch, which is 7.5 inches. And I'll be coming down for the chest, it's 8.5 inches. On this part here, I'm going to be coming down 1 inch for my shoulder slope, then go up half inch for the shoulder seam allowance to join the front and the back together. So I'll connect it to the neck width this way. This will serve as our slope. Then for this neck width, I'll also go up half inch. I'll connect it to the half inch up this way, our armhole depth, right? Then this will now serve as our chest line. From the shoulder down, shoulder to the bust is 11 inches, shoulder to under bust is 14.5, then shoulder to waist is 16.5 plus 1 inch. I added this 1 inch to it to join it to the damper, but you can go ahead to add half inch to it. So I'll make this to a straight line. So I'll mark the nipple to nipple divided by 2, which is 4 inches. I'll mark it on this waistline and also on the bust line, 4 inches. And I'll connect it straight. Then on this waistline here, I'm going to be coming in half inch. Then I'll go at 1.75. Right, so the total measurement for the dart intake is now 2.25. right. I'm also going to be marking what I have here on the other bust too, this way. Be connecting bust to the under bust this way. I'll mark for the slope to the chest, and I have 7.5 inches. Then I will be marking the midpoint, which is here. Then from this midpoint, I'm going to be coming in 0.75. I'll mark it here this way. I'll use my straight ruler to connect it up this way. I'll use my curve ruler to connect this to the chest line. I'll be placing my ruler from this. I'll connect the dart apex to the midpoint of my armhole this way. I'll also be connecting it to meet the on my chest here. I'm going to be marking my bust circumference divided by 4, 9.5 inches. I'll mark it here. I'll mark whatever dart that passed through here. I'll also replace it here this way, which is here. Then I'll add my size seam allowance 2 inches. I'll mark it here this way. So I'll connect a new armhole. So I'll place from this here. I'll be going to be going up 1.5 inches or 1.75, whatever measurement you come down with, you raise it up here this way. So you connect a new armhole. I'll be marking my waist circumference divided by 4, which is 8.5. I'll mark it here. The dart intake 2.25. I'll also replace it here this way. Then I'll add my size seam allowance of 2 inches. I'll mark it here. Then I'll be connecting this together this way. So I'll be marking for my bust dart. This bust dart is going to be my, so this front panel is going to be longer than the back panel with 1 inches, and this 1 inches I'm going to be removing it. I'm going to be using it as my dart, my bust dart. So I'll mark it from the bust line. I'll mark 1 inch down this way. I'll go up half inch and I'm going to be connecting it. I'm going to be marking the neck width, the neck depth. So from the shoulder, I'm going to be coming down for my neck depth. I'll be using 4 inches. Then I'll connect it to the neck width this way. So this is it for the front, right? So we'll cut this out. We'll use it to cut on our fabric. I'm going to be adding half inch on this area here. Add half inch too on this area. Every other place we've had seam allowance on it already, so I'll cut this out now. So I'm going to be adding half inch on this area when I want to cut it on my fabric. I also add half inch too on this area like this to join these two panels together, right? So let's keep this aside, then move to the back panel. I'll be using this for my back panel. Then I'm also going to be coming down for my guideline this way. I'll mark for my zip seam allowance. So from the shoulder to the bust is 11 inches. Then the half length for the front, the back is going to be 15 inches, since the half length for the front is 16. Then on this shoulder here, I'm going to be marking neck width. I'll mark it here. Then I'll be marking from my shoulder divided by 2, which is plus half inch, which is 7. Then I'll be coming down for the chest, which is 8.5 inches. Then I'll come down for 1 inch for my slope, then go up half inch. I'm just going to connect it. This is just your normal basic pattern. So just do what you did for the back, what you did for the front, for the back, right? Just repeat it here, and that is all. So here I'm marking my bust circumference divided by 4 plus my size seam allowance. And here I'm also doing the back shaping, right? This is optional. If you want your back to be fully relaxed, that's when you do this. So for my zip seam allowance, I'm removing some inches away from that, then I'll connect it. Then on my waist here, I'm marking my waist circumference divided by 4. I'll mark it there, plus my dart intake and my size seam allowance. Then I'm going to block. Then I'm also going to mark for my dart, right? So I will block, then mark for my dart. So just watch what I'm doing to understand this. I'll also be connecting this to my armhole princess darts, right? After which I'm going to cut this pattern out, then cut them on my fabric. So here is what I have, guys, after I finished cutting it on my fabric. And I've also cut my lining alongside. Then I added half inch on this area here, added half inch on this side to join these two panels together. So this is for the front. Then I cut this part folded, right? So I cut the lining alongside. So I open it up. So this is it. I will open it up this way, and I'm going to be, this is for this, right? This is for this. So I'll be placing it this way, and I'm going to go ahead to sew with half inch that I added to this point here. So I'll do this and do the same thing to the lining for the front. Then for the back, this is what I have for the back. I'm also going to open it up. Then I'll join my panels together here, right? Then after which I'll come back to show you. This is what I have, guys, after finished sewing it. This can see how beautiful the bust is, and this is it on the inside. And here is my lining, right? Though this is for the front. This is the back. I've also joined my dart too at the back, right? So this is the dart line, this is the dart line, and I've also joined the lining as well. This is the lining. So now we are going to be cutting for the yoke. You can see the yoke at the, so to achieve the yoke, what I'm going to do is that I can either fold this, right, and use this, or I can use my pattern, right? So I'm going to be using my pattern. So what I will do is I will get a fresh paper, fold it into two this way, and I'll be placing my pattern on it. I'll make sure that this edge here touch the folded part, right? So I'll pin it on it like this. Then I'll trace it out, trace the neck out, and I'll trace the shoulder too out. Then remember where this part here, this presents that where it's entered, right? So this is it on mine. So I'll trace it out. So I'll trace it from here like this to where that stop, right? Then I'm also going to measure on this here where I want the pointy part, the sweetheart neck, the sweetheart part where I want it to stop. So I'll be making use of from the, remember the from shoulder to bust is 11 inches, so I'll leave it at 9 inches. So I'll stop it at 9 inches. The 9 inches, I'm going to be trimming the neck area, then I also trim the shoulder area, then I'll be removing this. Then I'll connect this 9 inches with my curve ruler to where this stop. So I'll place my curve ruler this way and I'll curve it. So this is it. So I'll cut it out. So if we bring this out, I'm going to be cutting this on the lace. So place it on it like this. So I'll cut this on my lace. So I've cut it on the neck. This is the pattern of cut it on the neck, so I'll remove it and I'll be placing it on it this way. So this is what we have after placing it on it this way. So I'll go back to my sewing machine. I'm going to be top stitching on it, right? I'll top stitch on it in all this area here, top stitch on it, after which I'll place the lining on it this way, lining to turn the neck. I'll use the lining to turn the neck, half in, then top stitch on the line, then flip it on the inside. Then I'll also sew the side. I'll hold it this way, then I'll go ahead to sew the side with my half inch. I'll sew the side with half inch seam allowance. So guys, I've already sewn it. So this is it. After sewing it on it, this is what I have. And so I just fold it in, then top stitch on it. So this is what I have. Then I use my lining as I've explained. I use the lining to turn the neck. I just place the lining right side facing shoulder on this, then sew the neck, top stitch on the lining, then flip it to the other side, then iron it. So that's what I've done here. Then this is for the back, and I've also used the lining to turn the neck, right, and both sides, right. So what I will do is that I'm going to be placing the right side facing shoulder this way. Place it right side facing shoulder, the back and the front. Then I'm going to be sewing the shoulders. So I'll hold the shoulder together this way. So I'll use the back to close the front. So I'll place it this way, then I'll turn it with this. Then I'm going to be sewing with half inch. I'll do the same thing to the other side. Then at the side here, I'm going to be using my side seam allowance to close the side, and I will have it open this way. So guys, I've already finished sewing it. So I've sewed the side, and I've also give it a good press. This is it on the inside, and this is it on the outside. So we are going to be cutting the peplum, and I will open this up this way. So please pay attention to the way I'm going to achieve the peplum. So you see the way this peplum is, the way the Ankara and the plain fabric is showing, that's what we are going to achieve in our next tutorial. So watch out for that. This is what we have done for today, how to achieve this yoke, right? Thank you so much for watching my video. If you are yet to subscribe, guys, you need to like and subscribe so that you always see these videos as we upload them. I love you, remain blessed, and watch out for this peplum. Bye.